5 reasons you keep attracting toxic people, and how to stop. Have you ever looked around at your life and thought, why do I keep attracting toxic people? Maybe you keep finding yourself in bad friendships, draining relationships, or even stuck with coworkers who seem to suck the life out of you. It's like you have a giant neon sign above your head that says, "Welcome toxic people, come right in." But here's the thing, it's not your fault that toxic people exist. However, if they keep showing up in your life, there's a reason. And the good news? You can do something about it. Welcome to NeuroNexus, where we find the hidden patterns shaping your life and help you break free from what no longer serves you. Let's dive into 5 reasons toxic people keep finding their way to you and what you can do to finally break the cycle. You have a big heart. Starting off, if you're a kind, loving person who cares deeply about others, congratulations. That's a beautiful thing. The world needs more people like you. But here's the problem. Toxic people love big-hearted people. They know you'll give them the benefit of the doubt. You'll be patient with them, you'll try to understand them, you'll stick around even when they treat you poorly because you believe in their potential. They feed off your kindness like a mosquito at a summer barbecue, and just like mosquitoes, they don't care that they're draining you, they're just happy they found a good meal. Loving people is good, but loving yourself has to come first. That starts with setting boundaries and sticking to them. If someone repeatedly crosses the line, don't make excuses for them, believe their actions. Pay attention to red flags early on because if someone disrespects you once, they'll likely do it again. Most importantly, remember that you're not a rehab centre for toxic people. You are not responsible for fixing, healing, or saving them. That's their job. You can still be a kind and caring person, but kindness doesn't mean letting yourself be drained. It's okay to say no, it's okay to walk away. And it's okay to prioritise your well-being over someone who only takes from you without giving anything back. But here's the problem. Too often we ignore those warning signs. You ignore your gut feelings. The second reason you keep attracting toxic people is because you don't listen to your gut. Ever met someone and immediately felt like something was off? Maybe you couldn't put your finger on it, but deep down you knew they weren't good for you. But then your brain kicked in and told you not to be so judgmental, that maybe they were just having a bad day, or that you should give them a chance. So you ignored that little voice inside you, and before you knew it, you were tangled up in another toxic relationship. Your intuition is your built-in warning system, like an emotional smoke detector. If it's going off, listen to it. The next time you feel a weird vibe about someone, don't dismiss it. Ask yourself if you would make excuses for this person if they were strangers. If someone makes you feel uneasy, step back and observe their actions before getting too close. Your gut is rarely wrong. Trust it and let it guide you away from relationships that will only bring you pain. But if you're not ignoring red flags because you don't see them, but because you're afraid of being alone, that's yet another way you keep attracting toxic people. You're afraid of being alone. Moving to number 3, let's be real. Nobody wants to be alone. But if you're afraid of it, that fear can trap you in toxic relationships. Sometimes we settle for bad company just because we don't want to feel lonely. We convince ourselves that having someone is better than having no one. But this mindset is dangerous because it makes you feel vulnerable to unhealthy attachments. The truth is, being alone is far better than being with people who drain you. When you fear solitude, you're more likely to overlook red flags, tolerate mistreatment, and hold on to relationships that should have ended long ago. Toxic people can sense this fear and they use it to keep you tied to them, making you feel like you won't find anything better. Here's what to do. Start enjoying your own company. Find things that make you happy, whether reading, creating, travelling, or simply spending time in nature. Stop believing that loneliness is permanent because it's not. Healthy people will come into your life when you make space for them. If a relationship feels exhausting, ask yourself, would I rather be alone than keep dealing with this? If the answer is yes, walk away. Being alone is temporary. Toxic relationships, they can last a lifetime if you let them. Choose wisely. You confuse drama for passion. At number 4, if you've ever been in a relationship where the highs were incredible but the lows were soul-crushing, you might be confusing drama for passion. Many people who repeatedly attract toxic individuals mistake emotional intensity for love. The constant arguments, makeups, breakups, and tension can create a false sense of excitement. You start believing that relationships should be a roller coaster, that deep love has to be chaotic, and that if they aren't filled with extreme emotions, they must be boring. This mindset is dangerous because it keeps you trapped in unhealthy cycles. Toxic people thrive on chaos. They love stirring up drama, pushing your buttons, and keeping you emotionally on edge. They make you feel like you have to fight for love constantly, but in reality, they're just manipulating your emotions to keep control over you. On the other hand, healthy relationships feel safe, steady, and stable, not like a never-ending emotional war zone. Start by asking yourself, what do I truly want in a relationship? If your definition of love includes constant emotional turmoil, it's time to redefine what love means to you. Real love isn't about extremes but mutual respect, trust, and consistency. A relationship shouldn't leave you emotionally exhausted. If you find yourself drawn to dramatic relationships, take a step back and reflect on where that attraction comes from. Give yourself permission to embrace peace in relationships. Healthy love isn't boring. It's fulfilling, supportive, and drama-free. Instead of chasing the rush of toxic highs and lows, seek out partners who bring stability, kindness, and respect into your life. The strongest relationships don't come from constant emotional battles. They come from two people who choose to show up for each other every day without unnecessary chaos. As we head to the final reason, it all comes down to this: the relationships you accept often reflect how you see yourself. You don't know your worth. And lastly, one of the biggest reasons toxic people keep showing up in your life is because, deep down, you might not fully recognize your own worth. When you don't believe you deserve better, you accept less. You tolerate mistreatment, settle for relationships that drain you, and make excuses for people who repeatedly hurt you. Toxic individuals can sense when someone doesn't see their own value, and they take full advantage of it. Maybe you've been conditioned to think that love has to be earned through sacrifice. Past experiences have made you feel like you're not good enough to demand better treatment. Whatever the reason, if you don't believe in your own values, you'll keep attracting people who reinforce that belief by treating you poorly. The first step to breaking this cycle is recognizing that you deserve healthy, loving, and supportive relationships, no exceptions. You don't have to prove your worth to anyone. The right people will love and respect you exactly as you are. Work on building self-confidence by surrounding yourself with people who uplift you, engaging in activities that bring you joy, and practicing self-care. The more you respect and value yourself, the less tolerance you'll have for toxic energy. Toxic people don't define you. The moment you start believing in your own worth, everything changes. You'll stop attracting those who drain you and start welcoming those who appreciate, respect, and cherish you. You deserve love, peace, and happiness. Never let anyone convince you otherwise. You deserve better. And now, you're ready to go get it.